Hey, what's going on, mates? Have you ever looked at this? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. All you gotta say is two of them. And then you're gonna go to 9 colors, which two? 9 languages, which two? 9 different people, which one? Because 3 of the 9 are in the same group. Three of the 9 are in the same group. One of them is not. The fourth one that is missing for each group, so we have a complete square, is within the 3 parts. It's the 1 man and the 6 man against each other. The 1 and 6 means the one who gets the 1, he automatically gets 6. That he has 7. The other one remains 6. Because I've been looking at the Colorado River, and there's something wrong. I'm not finished, and I'm going to continue it with you. But they have an area that's called State Park. Here in Canada, when you say state, it's not a statement. A statement is a saint who has written a word of honesty and trust. A state, and a state of one who has written his book of life and has left everything. A state is a state that is not moving anymore. You're in a state of shock. You're not moving. So when you say the United States, you're not moving. You're united. You're connected, but they're controlling the strings. The other word was East Virginia, the fork in the road. Now, don't they want you to say fuck in the road? It says Virginia Fork. You know what that can possibly mean? It's a screw, which means it's pulling up whatever it wants to. Instead of a fuck means to screw. So they're screwing the water up. And then there was one place I went to. It was crazy. What did it say? East Virginia Road, Water National Road, Roberts, Homer. But there were so many. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Again, I followed the Colorado River. Up, down, east. I'm not finished. Nothing looks like it's going down. You may be going up a mountain and down a mountain, but everything is flat. The way I see it, there's no way that river ends. How can a river end and begin and end again unless it goes into something from out of something? Now, who in the world am I? I'm a connoisseur. I con you that by the end of this mission, and I explain this to you, you will call me sir and you will understand. It's just a vision. I am the eye of the book of who you see. To your 2 eyes, I am one story. And this is the story I say. Because when you look at Roadrunner and Bugs Bunny, and the Roadrunner runs down the street at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and the streets lift up, you know there's something wrong. Because our streets lift up, because the trucks are going forward this way, the cars are going backwards this way. Do you know what that does? Underneath the ground, they feel the vibrations. It makes a rotation, a spiral rotation from the energy of the cars moving on the ground. The same thing for the railroad track. These rivers were built on this planet. This planet was built on rock and roll, my friends. They were really moving ass. They were here and they were having a good time, man, building this planet. All everybody wanted to do, it wasn't slaves. They were all in it for life. And part of the first people in life, the Jamaicans who won their own island, this is the way I see it, are in a little bit of trouble right now because they were the first ones in. They have to get like the first shock. But they can't overtake them because the original Jewish people, the Jamaicans, were the angels of light. Jew only means, they mentioned Jew in Jamaica for the jujube they were smoking. They called it the Jew bead because the wish is everybody's wish. The jeu is the game. As you know, there's French out there. The jeu is the game, the belief is the cross, and that is the way you play. You play with the headphones. They zap you from the sky all kinds of information that your sperm already has in its DNA. And if it tells the sperm start to create white blood cells, it'll start creating white blood cells because it comes out of the sky. It comes out of the ground. I don't know, it comes all over the place because the sky is electronic, man. We're being suctioned. We're being suctioned. You hold it like this, okay? But imagine they were all individual. And you put something in here and you pull it out, sucking it. You'll be able to pull the outside, and like an elastic band, it'll pull itself down and it'll leave a space for us to live. And they stretch it all the way across like a football field. 100 yards plus 10 to 1 touchdown, just like the Twin Towers. 110 yards, they ran it from one end of the touchdown. They ran it from their goal line, because it doesn't count. The 2 don't count, but the touchdown does, so that counts right away for 10. Forget about 7. You got 100 yards plus 10. Canadian football has 110 in the center. Twin Towers had 110 plus 1, the top floor. No one ever talks about the bottom. No one ever says anything about the crosswalk. But if you really take a look at a double guitar, it's exactly like the Twin Towers. This Colorado River does not end. I'm going to continue on and see where my journey is. And I'm going to let you join me because I'm tired of doing it alone. Glendale Cemetery, Dry Wash Road. Whoops, she's splitting on me again, but she did that last time. Canyon Road, Stout, Highway 89, Co Road, East Fork, Virginia, again. I keep getting East Fork, Virginia, East Fork. A fork is a fuck. A fuck is a screw. A screw is you got laid, or they laid down the foundation for what? For the screw that's going to energize in the ground from the sun, from the energy of the blue earth, and not from the sun. If you think your solar panels are really coming from the sun, I'm not too sure about that anymore. I have a funny feeling your solar panels are coming from the sky above, the electronic sky. When they pull those magnets together, okay, what they put down is down, will stay down because it's pulled down. The sky and the earth are pulled together. That's why the mist rises. It can't hold on to it, the magnetism. There's something about the mist that it can't hold on to. So they make the rain clouds and they make it fall. And they keep collecting energy by the interior magnets that at a certain point in the day, it's like 2 magnets pointing out towards the sky, just like on Bugs Bunny, and he pulled in the sun. He pulled in the second sun. This is a fake sun that we have. There's a sun behind it and a sun inside of it, okay? Anyways, I showed you this picture. If you take a look, from the top to the bottom, there's one on top, one on the bottom, but in between you here. There's one on the bottom, one on the top, but in between you here. The hearing is 4 and 6. The needle coming down from the sky, okay, is from the 2 Venus, coming with you with the energies. You don't see me, you hear me, you see me, you think it's my voice, but who says it's my voice? Who says it's me? What do your vibrations say? And the river ends again. Again, another river that ends nowhere for no reason. How do these rivers get any water in them? Co Road in 89. Where am I? Let me take a look at the bigger map where I ended up. Let me see, I'm not there yet. Cedar Brick National Park, Cedar City National Park. So it really doesn't go that far, but it makes U-turns, and these are all national parks now. Who owns all these parks? How do they digest what must go on in all these parks? It seems like the U.S. has cramped everybody into one city. Glen Canyon National Recreational. And again, all these water lines, okay, this is not the natural flow. A natural flow winds things down. These ones have animals, shapes, and it's just not, you know. And the designs of these crazy rivers. This is Arches National Park, Highway 70. Highway 70, I'm following a river all the way up Highway 70. Oh, it's funny the way it's going up a mountain now into Dinosaur National Park. And then it comes over into oh my God, then it goes over into Gosselin Mountain Wildlife Management Area. Flaming Gorge National Recreational Park, Highway 191, 191. Wow, right up to Glen River and right up to the 80. Rock Springs, still going. Now we're at Fontenelle Reservoir. It's a reservoir. Why? Why are they reserving the voir? The words they choose, every single letter, the way they angle it, and every single map you look is an ingestion into the vibrations of what the pupils see. And what then you actually, oh my God, and now it's all spotted. In Granite Peak, it's all spotted. Wow. Wow. Wow, this is crazy. They got these waters, Shoshone National Park. Well, you don't think these things have names for a reason? Buffalo Bill State Park. It's not a saint, it's a saint. They give it a high-class name because part of these things don't belong to their system. They're not allowed to touch it. It's natural. It's part of God's part. Yes, there is another party, and he's very hoping to get into the game. But right now, Jesus has to help out the evil people because it is a game, and we play till the end. But before the end, if everything goes right, they will sweep most of us away, just like they did with Noah. This river goes up to the 94. Oh my God, they got to connect it right to Detroit. That's insane. All right, where are they going? 94 down, 94 up, 94 up. Oh my God, don't tell me. Williston, Antelope State Wildlife Management, Highway 85. That is the Matrix Highway, my friends, from south to north. This one here is a little bit different. 85 and 2 states that I am 2, 1 on the left, and I am 2, 1 on the right. But to note the difference, I am 2 and you are 1. So I'm looking at God as being more 2 than anything else because it's the 2 dice and the 1 dice that was able to make any other dice. It was the 2 card that was able to put the 3 card into action. So let's hear where we are. I don't want to go this way. I want to go the other way. Oh yeah, here we are. Van Hook Arm. Van Hook State Wildlife Management Area. Not in green. All this now that I'm telling you, these rivers and stuff, Williston, the 85, it's not in green. It's not parks. Okay? These are all the inlets. Oh my God. Little Missionary State Park. Oh, and now we have the tarantula. Garrison Lake Audubon, which means for the water of good. The number highway there is 83. 8338 is 121. It goes up to Highway 53. 53 is the 2 with the 1 and the 5 having the 1 inside and the 4 corners, equaling to 8. Now we go down. It goes to Bismarck, and it keeps going down Highway 83. Looks just like the way it came up. Fort Pierre National Forest, they're having construction. And the rivers just keep on going. They all connect. They all connect. Sioux City, highway number 29, that is the birth area. That is the birth number. Highway 11 comes with it. Highway 15 comes with it. 75, 275, every highway comes with it. And the number is centered over here. Oh my God, everything is here. Where am I? Oh my God, where am I? Onawa, Highway 29, Sioux City. Missouri Valley is below. Let me see this. Where is this? Lincoln. This is Nebraska. Okay, what's going on? What is it about Nebraska? What does anybody know about the Cornhuskers? You know about the Cornhuskers? That means you must know about Monsanto's. I just came back to say hello. So you know about Monsanto's then. Omaha Council Bluffs. Wouldn't you believe it? The council. And not only that, I want to show you something special. Two no enter signs. Turn them sideways. They're 1 and 1. I don't know if you could have saw that, but I saw it. I saw it. I want to see if you can see me. Okay, you can see me. So, wow, it's in Council Bluffs, Highway 77, 30. Everything is there. This is where they meet up, my friends. Something goes on right here in this place. Right here at Omaha Council Bluffs. And I passed my truck there many times. Off Highway 80 to Highway 29, 109. Oh, my God. I can't believe this. Oh, my God. And the water comes right here. It comes here. And it goes, and it goes. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Look at this. Oaklawn Park, Leavenworth, Lansing, Topeka, Lawrence, Excelsior Springs, Smithville. This is where it seems like God has plugged in his load. Right here. I could be totally wrong, but this comes right from Kansas all the way down. This is Kansas City. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is Kansas City. So what was the other one up top? Omaha, Missouri Valley. Oh my God, this is Kansas City. No wonder. Oh my God. I wish I could show you this. Look. See what I'm looking at? Right here. Now you're going to say, well, they're having construction and everything else. Don't you know how the vibrations work? Where you go now and what you see now is the ideas you get now for whatever it is tomorrow. It doesn't make a difference. Everything is a hypothetical thought, and all you do is mark it down. That's it. Nothing else. So they're doing construction, Highway 70, Highway 35, 105, Poker from Pine Bluffs. Oh my God, I don't even need to follow the rivers anymore. But if I do, where are they going? Look at the rivers. They all connect, my friends. Oh my God, Columbia is right here. Oh my God, Columbia is right here. 40 and 70 connect. 4 and 7 is the Christ. 7 by 4 is 280, which plus the 8 heaven of where they are up near Highway 80. Doesn't matter. It's the 8 heaven. You're on this earth. All the numbers click in this place, man. Kansas City, 70. That's it. That's it, my friends. And they are going right through this in the World Series. They had to plan this perfectly. I don't know how it works, that zip-zap and make teams win. I don't know how they make teams win and lose. Maybe by news media and vibrations in the news media. And the players hear the news media, and then they can't figure out what to fucking do tomorrow because the buzzing that you heard was telling your mind another story. It was talking to your muscles. It knows your body muscles, and it can tell it what they want. The media, like they said, for those sports who didn't like the media, and I never saw and never thought about this before, but now I'm thinking about it for the first time. And for those who don't want the media, put on earphones. Just put on earphones. If they can't hear you and you can't hear them, well, you ain't talking. Take care now. Can't talk to the media. They make all sports players talk to the media. Now they want to test their blood and they want to test this. What do you think they do it for? They keep the samples on hand. They want to know how you got to be so strong and so big and so smart so they can make it in their next batch. The DNA sample picking is very, very shortly. And you know what's very bad about that? I'll tell you in a minute, I hope I forget. They don't want to use your old DNA, they want to use your new DNA. They're going to want you to screw 1,000 women. And at the same time you're doing that, they're going to want you, at the same time you're doing that, they're going to be recreating you by just the strands and seeing what the difference is coming out through a different kind of woman. There's Florence, Highway 72, Highway 55, everything is here. Everything is here. Oh my God. Illinois, I knew it. I knew it. It's been so long. I knew it. Indiana, Ohio, Illinois. Indiana is the center point between the talk stations. It's Ohio to Indiana, over to Illinois, back to Indiana, over to Ohio, or what they'll do is they'll send it up to Fort Wayne and over to Illinois, but to really bypass everything, they go to Louisville, Lexington, Kentucky, Cincinnati. This is exactly the chakras, my friends. I see this, they map it out for you. I can't believe what they do. They give it to everybody. They give the answers to whoever can see it. Don't you know Illinois is 111? It's 111. It's the Twin Towers that fell, is the Illinois. Why do I say that? Because the L's and the I look the same. Sometimes they make it look singular. It's 11, 11, 9. Illinois says 1, 11, 9, 5, 6, 9, 1. Not going to do the numerology on it, but now I know. Here's where everything's feeding from. The heart. This is where the heart is. If you take a look at Salt Lake, Sault Ste. Marie, Thunder Bay, Quebec Provincial Park, Duluth, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Mississauga, Ontario, they're feeding. This is a heart pump. I can't explain it. It looks like a poodle. And right behind it, you can't see it because it's all in white, because that's the color God takes, white. He takes no sides. He is the white, and whatever you drop on him is the color he will be, but he is still in the background. Oh my God, Timmins, Ontario, Rian, Val d'Or, Sudbury, North Bay, oh my God, wow, this is where the pump station is. This is incredible. You don't know what I'm talking about. The world is flat, my friends. We go maybe down to maybe 100 degrees or something, or 100 something degrees, but that's it. After we go down to 100 degrees, they do this. Water, islands. See the S? They put another S next to it, and now they have a bigger island, and they tie it down to the bottom, below the ocean floor. They have to make sure it doesn't leak, because it does leak in there. The ocean leaks. Well, it sits on the earth at the bottom of the floor, and under the earth is that big ball they say keeps spinning around, right? That ball that's spinning around, my friend, is connected right into the sky. Right into the sky. Do you know what a suction is? When you pull it out, you're pulling out air, but the air pops. Why? Because you've pulled out, you've condensed it. And you've made an air pocket. When you pull it out, it pops. Minnesota, I knew Minnesota, Green Bay. Oh, Brett Favre, oh, do some good, man. You've been doing good all your life. Keep doing it. Minnesota, do what you got to do good. Anybody up in that north, Chicago, oh my God, but you guys, you're too close to Chicago. And then I can't mention what I see because it's not a fix. But I see it so clearly, and it's just been coming on for the last month the same way. And I don't like it. But I know, as I said, and I left in many places, those who are real soldiers will protect their family. If they take business over family, they are not real men and they are not soldiers. A soldier takes care of what is God's primary, to take care of his wife. And that's not to leave her with money. She cannot marry money. If she came to marry money, she would have went to somebody with money. If you didn't have any money, you guys should have been like the Mexicans and move into your friend's house, and they should accept you. Because in this world, the closer you are to friends, the more friends and the less enemies and the better of the vibrations. Because when the music plays and you're many, the vibration changes to the good help of all. But when you start getting crazy on the alcohol, everything changes again, because one says you're too loud, the other one says sit down. The trimestral series. First, second, and third. Guess which place man finishes in? Second. Since he finishes in second, and God is the first and the second of everything, he becomes this. Instead of it being this way or this way, he gets to get it this way. What this means is he won the one spirit of the center living in the world of the nine birth. He gets to hold his own part. Then you add on the system, and you have this. Now you add on the rest of the system from the game. And you have two people together. I didn't draw it right, but it turns out to a lot of things. It's just a vision. It's not an exact. You want to know why? Because there's other worlds. And in different worlds, you can do different things. So if I tell you what it is in the next world, you're going to say to me, hey, this is not what it is. Well, you chose the wrong world. We're on Earth. You got to be nice to the people. Even the bad people you got to be nice to. Because it's called courtesy. Regardless of the situation, you turn around and leave. But when you're in a situation that's courteous and pleasuresome, when it turns into violence and you can't get away, you turn into the business mode, into the father mode of protection. Otherwise, you stay in the mother mode of calm and peace. So I looked at the Colorado River. It's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. It's pyramids, man. It's mountains over mountains. It looks like it's round. California has what it's had because that's what they made it to have. I just looked over another thing of all these FEMA camps, and I'm going to see if I can get back to it. Oh yeah, and Zion? There were like 3 Zion parks. Here it is. They took the whole of America and they cut it up into 10. Isn't that funny? 5 each. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 10 times. How much is 5 by 5, 10 times? Let me check that out. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is 4, times 5 is 5, times 5 is 6, times 5 is 7, times 5 is 8, times 5 is 9, times 5 equals 9, 7, 6, 5, 6, 2, 5. 6, 2, 5. 625 happens to be the first 4 set of 5s. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals 625. Okay, so we're going to find a page and mark that down. 625 equals 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Now, the end result of whatever it is, 69765, 625, forget about the 625, I took care of it. What we're left with now is 976. 9765. So what we're going to do with 9, 7, 6, and 5, okay, is I'm going to show you what they could mean. 9 times 7 is 63. 63 and 65 is 128. 128 is A, B, and H. H is the 8. It talks about the 9 birth in the 7 worlds, of the 6 man, of the 5 connect, of all the worlds connect, 5, 5, 5, 5 equals 625. Now I have to multiply the other 5s. So I'm going to go 625 times 5, make it number, this was number 4, this would be number 5. I'm also going to go 625 by 2.5, because what happens is, although I have the 10, one of them is strictly for business. Philadelphia, strictly for business. There's probably 2 others that are business, army, certain other things, so there wouldn't be 10. There would most likely end up to be somewhere near 7 at the most, but that's also too much because it doesn't fit in. What they want to end up with the 10 is actually 4, because then they can put 8 corners on the outside of 4 on the inside. But if it was 7, whatever it is, what we're doing is I'm multiplying 5s, okay? So now I'm going to take 9765, which were the first 4 numbers not used. I'm going to divide it by 5 to see what I got. 1953. 90 divided by 5 equals 1953. 1953 to 2012 is 4757 equals 59. 5 by 9 is 45, and it's the 45th president coming up. 1953, because I removed the first 2 parts, can also say 1955 and 1951, because you can go back and forward. Because you're not alone, you're not standing alone. Anyways, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go, like I said, we're going to go 5 times 5 times 5 times 4th 5 times 5th 5 times 6th 5 times. That's it. Only can do 6. 6, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, equals 625 times 25. Okay, which equals to 15,625. What you do, 15,625 comes from multiplying 5 6 times. I stop at 6 because on one side of the railroad tracks it says 4. On the other side it says 6. I have 10. So when I start adding numbers, I'm going to go past 10. It's the 6 and 4 show the first 10 marks of Monopoly. So you stop there. It's just common sense. If you go 7 and 4, it's 11. You're on the other side. We're talking inside. 1 and 5, 2, 3, 4. So when you multiply it, then we add 10,000. And everybody asks me, why 10,000? Well, I'm going to show you. 10 times 10 is 100, times 10 is 1,000, times 10 is 10,000. This corner to this corner, 10. This corner to this corner, 10. This side to this side, 10. This side to this side, 10. 10 times 10 is 100, times 10 is 1,000, times 10 is 10,000. All God's eggs. Spirit, angel, man, and his love back at home. 10,000 to 15,625. $25,625, the Mayan count. If you keep multiplying this by 5, it'll reduce itself back to its original number of 625. What's left over in the short count, they go at 5.125. What they mean by 5 by 125, it means multiply 5 by 5 by 5. 5 by 5 by 5 equals to this says what you did to itself. 5 by 5 by 5, 125, 5125 by 5, 25,000. Getting a 5 by 5 by 5 by 5 6 times equals this, plus the jack. Take a look at the pyramids. Take a look at the pyramids. There's jacks on all of them. Resh and jack and 4 are almost all the same thing. If you don't look properly, you won't see it, or you'll overlook it for something else. Oh, it's nothing. What your eye perceives to see, your mind will work if you accept it in. Take every dot and crevice as something when you're looking down. But at first, take a look at the big picture without getting mixed up, right? Oh. So now we figured that one out. Times 5 times 5. And what we really do is we actually go 5 by 5 is 25. And then we go 5 by 5 is 25. And then we multiply 25 by 25 at 625. And then we go 5 by 5 is 25. And then we multiply it again by 25 equals to the 25,625. This one is 15,625. So yeah, that's the start. You don't see this on the ambulance, and you don't see it on the telephone. Either they show you this line or they show you this line. This is the line trapped on the earth. Do you know where they get you? They got you by the balls. Just like George Carlin said, they got you by the balls. They got you locked up. No matter what you eat or what you taste, it's going through their water. But Canada, not the same. The U.S. was rigged. They rigged the whole place purposely for them. They gave it to them and they said, what can you do? They said, this is what we have done. This is what we have connected. Try to figure out what you have to do to get all the waters connected. Now they think they're going to come into Quebec and walk through British Columbia. Who harmonizes with anybody of haste to waste the war of waste? Bad taste, bad taste, bad taste. Who is ready to do this? You are a soldier, my friend. Fuck that. You're a human being. The soldier you are is in the human that you are. Soldiers are nothing without the human being inside of them. You are nothing without knowing the laws of goodness and wealth. Money is going to tear you apart because it's finished. Forget about the army. You're going to lose your money anyways. You're going to lose your house anyways. Because that's the way it's set up to be. Let it be. Just come home. Just come home. Don't you hear Ron Paul, what he says? When I saw Ron Paul, I started to cry. I never thought I'd ever see a man that was able to do what I always wanted to do. Except I can't get out here. I have no way out. I'm entrapped by the screen in front of me that I speak to. Do you want to know numbers? Do you want to know something of anything around the world? I can make it up because I turned this whole world into a square. It seems like any which way we're turning, if there is anybody down, they're right underneath us down, and there's nothing in the center. We're two flat parts, below and above. Electronics, magnetism. What do you think about that? Where does that sound come from? Because I didn't make it. Could have had a V8. So now I know that the rivers are all full of garbage. Lake Mead is getting its water sent down to it, so at any time they can empty out the dam and refill it back again. So what I think they do in all these dam places is they grow these brains, okay? that it's in the water, and you talk to the brain. Okay? It's a brain, except it's a membrane. It's now been taught. Okay? They grew a membrane, and they taught it, like monkeys. And they taught it how to think. And it goes back to a central system. And then whatever it needs to do in the water, or the energies of the sky, or patrol in the satellites, it can do from underneath the water. All they have to do now is put an eye on it. It hasn't had an eye before. It couldn't see. It was only thinking with you. But now it's going to look out for you. Did you ever see the first Star Wars picture? The first one and the last one were the same thing. They were connected together. It was going around in a circle. Do I want to badmouth anybody? No, but I have somehow, for some reason, just according to the Bible and the natural laws of life, that it seems like Romney actually knows what's going on, but he couldn't care less because he's tired of it, and he wants to win, but he's showing you that he's not sure of this side or that side, because it doesn't matter what he's going to do. He knows he's going to get pushed the other way. So he's just taking it easy, and they call him Mitt Romney, and he's in for the good gang, and I don't think he's really a big liar. I just think that he's despising the other people, and I think that they infiltrated the white skin and put a lighter color skin, like they did on me. I'm not white. I'm not white. What? You see white? Can you see white? I ain't white. We're all the same color, just a little bit more tint. Raphael, on the world is flat on two sides. We're on the equator side. Now that's special. That is very special. I can't explain it, but I can see basically what they have done in the equator. Almost like going shoo, shoo, sending 2 parts up, and then going shoo, shoo, sending 2 parts down. Do you understand what I mean? This is the world. This is the world. This is the world. This is what they do at the equator. They run only on this. And then you want to go underneath? They put these big mountains in between, and you have to really grip. See, it's land. I don't even know what this looks like, but I can't even explain it because they make it like an E, like the letter E, but a fancy E. You know what I'm saying? Like fancy stuff. Whoops, threw a book on the floor. How'd you like to have an ace like this? I'm going to put both of them on top of each other. What am I going to do with that? I see 2 hearts on 1 ace. One is at the top, one is at the bottom on an angle. A little bit off the angle. How about like this? Who is this? Who's telling the truth here? This 2 says 3 and 7 creation connects. This card has the ace on this side. It says 3-7. This card says 3-7. Still says 3-7. Let me see. Yeah, it says 3-7. It says 1, 3, 7, 9. Total of 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That would say game. If I took these as 1, what would I take these as? There's 4 aces. I'm going to show you what I can take them as. $34. The 1 ace, when you play blackjack, it becomes 11 in blackjack. It was 1 originally, but to make it to 11, you have to have 1 and 9 birth. The birth is the heart right here explaining it. The first ace is worth 10. Do you know why? Because when you get 2 cards, you get an ace, right away it's worth 11. You understand me? If you get your first ace at 1, the next ace 10 later would be 11. It's an invisible ace. That's how it works. That's why any card with the ace will always go up 1. This one is 11. This one is 14. 10 and 11 is 21, and 14 is 35. 10, 11, and 14, 35. 14 is a Rubik's cross. 11, 10 is this world. Now, if you want to do it the straight way, it's 1, 11, 14. Then you go 1 and 11 is 12. No, you have to do just the extremities. 1 and 14 equals 15. The 15 ball is in pool. The 14 is the cross, and it's a 14 card ace in poker and in Casino War, but not in blackjack. But it is the 14th card in blackjack because every other card is under it. It's the 14th card, but it's the 11th number. Total itself is 25. 15 is 1 and 14. Total's 15. 15, 29, 39, 40, 41. I got to write this down. Ace equals 1, 11, 14. 1 plus 14 equals 15. 15 is the letter O. If it's the letter O, it makes so much more. So now we got this 15. I'm trying to calculate something here. Oh yes, pool 15. Ace 1. Okay. This shows the end of it. I mean, according to my numbers. Except the only thing I don't like, it shows 41. It shows 41. 15, 29 is the birth. 29 of February. 92nd day, April 1st. Every other year it's the 91st day. 13 by 7 is 91. 3 times the 13 by 7 equals 273, and that's a birth. 273 days plus 4. 41 says we came back to the Baltic, to the Mediterranean where we started. I don't like that. Between here and here, right? This was connected before. Now they take over this. They disconnect from here. It's almost like China really owns the whole world. They have the biggest population. They're just waiting to get out of here. They know what's going on. That's the way I see it. They know what's going on, and they know the time, and Hong Kong is splitting, and I don't know the whole story, but yeah, they just want to take over the horn, because the horn that connects the world to Hong Kong, right, is Israel. They connect to Hong Kong. What does that mean? If they get to Hong Kong can win over Israel and everybody else, and they can take out everybody? I'm not. But anyways, you know what? I'm going to sleep, and let those thoughts be for another day. Raphael 7286. Have a nice night. Upon the constellation of Pegasus, my baby in my dreams. But now I must go to sleep to awaken to my day of work. The days will be misty. The skies will be rough, but for the Beaver and Hoover Dam, the days might be tough. Let's go, Minneapolis. Let's go, Mary Tyler Moore. Let's go. Let's go.